Welcome back to our cross stitch channel. In today's video, we're going to be showing you what would be continuing the section of the day 11th of each month. If you remember, we already mentioned in the channel that we were going to start a new project.
Yeah, okay. This section is just for 1 year. So in August 11 is 3 years our channel. So stop this section.
Yeah.
And I'm missing.
Yeah, we'll come up with a new section for the channel. Yeah. But for now, it is only, as my mom mentioned, up to August 11th of 2023. But the idea, more or less, is that each day 11th of each month will start.
Let it go the previous month.
Yeah. So we'll start a new project. And once the day 11th of the next month hits, we'll let that project go and get another one, and so far and so on, like that. So now you're going to see all the months that we haven't showed you, which are a lot. I think that the last one
to February 11th. So
yeah, so there are quite a months that we haven't showed you. So you're going to be seeing them back to back, and if you want to see our mini projects, then feel free to keep on watching. Okay, so we're going to start off where we initially left off. The last update of the section 11, the projects that we were going to start, was the bookmarks, and this is how much we've stitched of the bookmarks. Once again, it's a very tiny project, but for the month of January, it was a very occupied month for us, and we barely had any time to stitch. So that's why we didn't get to finish these, but no worries, because if you follow our 11-day section of the channel, if you follow it all the way through August of this year, you're going to see that once we hit that point of the year, all of these projects will have a goal. So stay tuned, and hopefully you can keep on watching the section so that everything will make sense once we hit the month of August. So this is my mom's bookmark, and you can see that hers is a snowman, and it has a light blue background. The project itself, the design, it was turning out very beautiful, and I believe that these are from a French designer, and that's how she left hers off. These are in 14 count Aida, and this would be mine, which was for the month of March, I believe this one was, and it's a mustard background, you can see. Believe it or not, I actually did stitch this one in a full day, but once again, I wasn't able to finish it, but that's how much I stitched that day. My mom also stitched a good amount for it to be only stitched in one day. I think that this is a very good amount. So yeah, these are the bookmarks, and now I'm going to be showing you the projects that we replaced these bookmarks for. Okay, so now would be the raccoon and the bunny. And something that I wanted to show you guys very quickly before I show you the projects themselves is that for these projects, as you can see, we recycled a box. When we go to the fabric store, we usually buy every once in a while what would be called fat quarters of fabrics, which are very tiny pieces of fabrics. And in that fat quarter, it comes with a little carton. It's like basically a hard paper, and this is a good idea. For example, if you don't have what would be floss organizers at home, you can definitely just recycle any box, any hard paper material that you may have. You just punch little holes how you would like to shape your floss organizer. It doesn't have to be in a square form. If you'd like, you can give it a rectangle form or a circular form. You can let your imagination fly, and you can then just write the numbers on top of the little holes, and in the middle you can put in the name if you'd like. So that is something that we wanted to show you, so that you can see that you can also recycle if you'd like for your cross stitch projects. So once again, this would be my floss organizer for my project that you're going to be seeing, and this is my mom's. Hers is actually a bunny, so that's why we put pink bunny over here. So as you can see, these are the projects themselves. This one is my mom's, and this one is mine. So mine would be a raccoon with a scarf. I started a little bit of the scarf. And then my mom's would be a bunny in a very pinkish outfit. You're going to be seeing pictures of them both here on the screen. So my mom's is a 25 count Lugana and mine would be a 32 count Lugana. So I'm going to be showing you up close so that you can see. This would be the raccoon. And then this would be my mom's in her Lugana fabric. And we loved stitching these, although we did only stitch them for a small amount of time. We actually really enjoyed it. This was actually my first time stitching in a different type of fabric that wasn't Aida. In my mom's case, she has stitched on Lugana before and she's also enjoyed it very much. And since it was my first time, I actually really enjoyed stitching. I enjoyed the experience. So now I can say that I don't only stitch in Aida anymore. I've discovered new fabrics thanks to the experience that my mom is gaining. So once again, we love these. We'll be letting them go, but we enjoyed stitching them. So now you're going to see the ones that we replaced these ones for. And these that you're going to be seeing now are for the month of December. So we started these on December. So these will be, again, I believe these are, I think they are bunnies. So these specifically are from the same collection. The designer, you'll be seeing the name, but the designer of these bunnies not only has these 2 winter bunnies, she also has a lot of collection of the same bunny in different scenarios, in different seasons, in different classical stories, and they're very beautiful. So you'll have a lot of designs to choose from. In our case, we chose them both in a winter type of design that resembles kind of like the holidays. Something that we wanted to let you know about is that the fabric itself, we did dye it here at home. My mom likes to dye a lot of the fabrics here. As you can see, what we were able to get out of the color was a light blue color. It has kind of like a watercolor theme to it. It's kind of like a gradient. If you can see it here up close, the camera does not do much justice to the color itself, but that was the color that we were able to get with the dyeing the fabric. And then for the fabric, it's a Monaco 28 count. And as you can see, it's from a DMC Charles Craft collection. This is the fabric. These, you can usually get them at a Michael's store or at a nearby craft store. So this would be my second time with a type of fabric like this one. And we decided that it would suit very well what would be the design. So as you can see, this is my mom's. And she initially started from what would be the face of the bunny. And then she worked her way up to the accessory of the head. You'll be seeing the design here on the screen. But we love how it's turning out. And then in my case, I started from the hat, from the Christmas hat. And then I worked my way down to the face. Once again, you'll be seeing the design here on the screen. But we love how the gradient is looking. We love the colors, the definition that the fabric has, the dimension. They're in a very similar size. But as you can tell, my mom's does have like a smaller face than mine does. She has smaller stitches than I do. So that is something to keep in mind if you're comparing both of the designs. So these would be the bunny designs. The 2 bunnies, once again from the same collection. And do keep in mind that they don't have any back stitch. This is just the full crosses. And that's how we are leaving these, how we left them off. And now we'll be showing you the ones that we replaced this one for. So the day 11th, we left those bunnies and we started 2 Riolis. I'll be showing you very quickly what those 2 designs are. So first off, in my mom's case, she started what would be the lioness and the cub, the mom lion and the baby lion. So what would be the cub? As you can see, this is a Rioli's design. And these are the flosses. These are actually wool flosses. So not cotton, they're wool flosses. And this one did come in a big size count Aida. I believe it was a 10 count Aida. You'll be seeing the measurement here on the screen, but we do believe it was a 10 count as it states here on the back. she replaced it with a white DMC or Swigart fabric, which is this
because
one.
I'm embroidery the M4 count Ada, the rabbit. Do you remember? Yeah, I'm embroidering in 14 count Ada. Yeah, I'm changing for 14 count because I have previous experience, you know.
Yes, so as my mom is stating, she replaced that fabric with this one, which is a 14 count Ada. And she already did a Riolis. You'll be seeing pictures here on the screen. We've shown this one before on the channel. Yeah, it was the bunny one that she also did in a 14 count Ada. And that one was also on wool thread.
Yeah.
So as you can see, this one is a 14 count Ada as well. And like I mentioned before, it is in wool thread. And look at that dimension. Look how beautiful that's turning out. She obviously started from what would be the face, from the center, and we love it. It's absolutely stunning. It's a very beautiful design, and although in the picture it looks very well and very well defined with a very good dimension, as you can see here in a physical, how she's stitching it, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. It looks very real. It's stunning. And in our experience, and at least in my opinion, I absolutely love wool thread. I think that how the projects look with wool thread are amazing. They look very well. If I had to choose, for example, in between what would be flosses of wool thread and normal DMC cotton flosses, I would stick with wool thread because I absolutely love it. And my mom loves it as well, although she doesn't have any preference. She really loves stitching in every type of fabric and every type of floss. But as you can see, it's turning out gorgeous. And if you can see here on the floss organizers, these are the colors.
It's a pretty color.
Yeah, they're stunning. These color palettes are amazing. You can tell there's a lot of jungle themed colors, some greens, lots of brownish and orange tones, coffees, very nut tones. And you have pops of blue, which would be for the sky. And now I'm going to move on and show you my project, which is also from Rioli's design. So this would be my project, and this one is actually not in wool thread. This is actually in a Moline thread, and the brand, I believe, as you can see, it's Anchor. As you can tell, I honestly have to say that these flosses are very good to stitch with also. This was actually my first time stitching in this type of thread. This is not DMC. It looks kind of like a satin material. If you can see it here on the screen.
Bright, yeah.
Yes, it's very bright. It does not feel like DMC. Not to say that DMC are bad flosses. We absolutely love stitching with those. If you feel the material of this floss, it's very satin, it slides through, and I've never had any experience stitching in a type of floss like this, so once I tried these, I absolutely loved them. But as you can see, this is the design, and I'm stitching it in a 14 count Ada. I started from what would be the bottom right corner, and my mom actually gave me a head start with this one. She did have a few hundred stitches because we did buy this kit in the beginning of when we started stitching around 2019 more or less, and she was very excited. It was in the beginning of the cross stitch experiences journey, so she did stitch a little bit, but I continued off from there, and this is how much I have stitched, and I love how it's turning out. And once again, what would be the material of the flosses themselves are outstanding. So if you see a Rioli's kit that says Moline floss from Anchor, if you have the possibility, you can definitely try one of those kits because these flosses are worth a try. I don't know if you can tell here on the screen, but the quality is there, and you can tell 100% when you're stitching that they're very good flosses to stitch with. And you can see here that it has a lot of purple tones, some lights, some darkers. It has touches of blue, and here you can see a little bit more pop of color. but we love it, and it is one of our favorite designs. The designer is Alina Melentieva. This one has a total of 27 colors, and the material of the floss, it says that is Anchor stranded cotton. But once again, I don't know what to call this because it is a satin kind of material. It's nothing like I've ever stitched before. It's a very good quality. If you know the name of this type of floss, feel free to let us know down below in the comment section. And we love it. It's one of my favorite designs. The finished size will be 41 by 23 centimeters. What would be 16 by 9 inches approximately. Now I'm going to move on and show you the 2 new projects that we replaced this one for. So once again, we let these go on the day 11th, and these are the new projects. So I'm going to be showing you, these are the same collection. We do have a little sneaky cheater over here because supposedly we were going to start these
and I'm gonna start tonight.
Yeah.
So it's a truck.
Yeah, it's a kind of like a trick because
Yeah.
we were supposed to start these.
Yeah, she talking with you and I'm embroidering.
Yeah, once I'm filming this video, meanwhile I'm filming, she's right next to me stitching, and it's a very funny scene. Okay, so these we were going to start them after we recorded this video, but we couldn't contain ourselves, and she did start a lot of the design. As you can see, she did do quite a big head start. And I just did a few half stitches over here because I myself couldn't contain myself. Once we have new projects like these, it's very difficult for us to not do a few stitches. So these are from the same collection also. The designer is Anna Petunova, and we love the designs that she has. These specifically are from what would be some ducks or some goose. They're in different scenes, in different seasons. They have romantic seasons. They have what would be different seasons of the year, different scenarios. There's a lot of designs to choose from this same collection of the goose. You're going to be seeing the designs that we chose, and what we initially decided was for them both to be in a spring type of theme. So here are the flosses. We actually stored them in this little DMC, what would be a tin box. As you can see, it says DMC, and we actually acquired this one day when we were at the craft store. It had a specific project, which was a winter project, and we decided to acquire it. But as you can see, we kept the box and we use it as storage. So these are the colors of the flosses. As you can tell, there's a lot of spring tones, a lot of what you can see, some greens, some blues, touches of oranges and pinks. It's a lot of variety in this project. Okay, so for this one, you're going to be seeing the design of mine, and mine, they're basically 2 goose. One is wearing a fancy hat. The other is going to gift what would be a bouquet of flowers, and it resembles kind of like a spring season due to the flowers and the hat, and we love it. This is what I was able to stitch today before recording this video, and hopefully by the next section 11 of the channel, you'll be able to see a much more advanced section. I do think that I'll be able to advance quite a lot in this one because they are very tiny projects. But once again, that's the one that I chose. And now you're going to be seeing my mom's. Okay, so this is my mom's. You can see that this is how much she stitched. She's actually stitching as I'm recording this video.
Stitching now, yeah.
So I had to take it from her very quickly to show you. And she did start from what would be the hat of the goose, and she's working her way downwards, and she's taking the hoop for me because she can't help herself and she needs to stitch. So you'll be seeing here on the screen the picture of her design. He's basically hiding the bouquet of flowers, kind of like a proposal kind of scenario. And it is in the springtime also. We like to think of it that way since, I don't know, we decided 2 designs that had to do with kind of like the same theme. and we love the decision that we made, and we absolutely love both of these designs. So that would be all for today's video of the section 11th. And as you saw, that was all for today's video. We hope that you enjoyed seeing the section 11th of the channel. We once again start a new project each day 11th of each month, and once the next month hits, we let those projects go, and that same day 11th we start a new one. And as you can see, they're already stitching over here. She's already stitching.
When Tanya recording the video,
yeah,
I'm using this time because I want to talk, but I can do it in English. So.
She knows her English, but since we barely have any time to stitch, she does use up the few amounts of time that we have. And she's stitching it by hand with the hoop. She will be using this support, this tool. I'll find the name and put it here on the screen. This is the one that she usually uses for stitching. In my case, I've tried using it and I haven't been able to get used to that tool. What I like to do when I stitch, I feel most comfortable stitching like that by hand with the hoop. But using tools for support, I haven't gone by to getting used to stitching with that.
Yeah, but we have both. We have two different. One is this, and the other one is to the floor, to the top for your embroidery.
You'll be seeing the picture here on the screen.
Yeah. Then Tanya embroidery this way, hand up and hand down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this way. So I can do. I need a feeling free my hand. So one under and one up. It's better for me.
Yeah.
And I try Tanya make it like me because it's free for embroidery with two hands.
Yeah, it's more comfortable, but I like it.
But I think in a few times Tanya start this way.
Maybe in the future we'll do a stitch along so that you can see how we stitch.
Because I think it's better for the heaven and earth design.
Yeah, so since they're bigger projects, it's more comfortable to stitch with a tool like that because it's very heavy.
Yeah, but anyway, this is smaller, and you see, I can do it the other way. So.
Yeah. And we'll leave the video off by here. We wanted to say thank you to everyone that watches our videos. We feel very privileged, very blessed that you see our videos. So you let us share cross-stitch content. That's already a huge privilege for us because the fact that you come and watch our videos, it really means a lot. If you want to let us know anything, you can definitely leave a comment down below in the comment section, and we'll be glad to answer any of your questions or read any of your comments. That was all for today's video. We'll see you in a next video. Bye! Stitch. Yes. Okay.
La 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 la.
Bueno.